idols, the change in the guys has been impossible to ignore, just like the gap between our bodies is now. I can't blame them. No one knows how my gift works. What if I accidentally take their powers away with a mere touch? I dip my chin and wriggle my hands together. Killer hands. I slashed and struck 2 men without mercy or thought. Now their deaths sit heavily on my conscience, despite what Bryce said. I can't reconcile the idea that they were evil because they worked for Phoenix's father. Vargas the butler also worked for the vile idol, knowing what he did to Phoenix. But in the end, he called for help. But if he knew what his employer was doing to his own son, and he was actually working for Xavier, why didn't he try to help Phoenix sooner? Ugh! There are so many questions that need to be answered. So many pieces missing in this giant puzzle that thinking about it is splitting my skull in 2. I press the heel of my hand against my forehead and close my eyes. "Daisy, sweetheart, are you okay?" Phoenix asks. The term of endearment is like a balm over my bruised heart. I open my eyes and turn to him. "I'm getting a headache. Nothing major." His face is still a mess of welts and dried blood. Gazing at him makes my chest hurt like a mother. I raise my hand to touch his cheek, but I catch myself just in time. I drop my arm and look away. "You can touch me," he says, before he tries to grab my hand. In a knee-jerk reaction, I twist away from him, which sends me flush against Bryce. There's an energy convergence where we touch. It crackles and makes the small hairs on my arms stand on end. I pull away from him almost immediately. "Sorry," I mumble. "Daisy," Bryce starts. "What was that?" Rufio asks, with a hint of alarm in his voice. "Nothing. Keep your eyes on the road," Bryce grits out, almost as if he's angry about something. My stomach coils tightly, and the sense I've done something awful increases. I shrink into myself, biting my lower lip to keep the tears at bay. I've never felt more wretched in my entire life. I should have called shotgun. No risk of me bumping into anyone by accident. Morpheus turns in his seat and stares at me. "You look distraught. Are you in pain?" At once, everyone is looking at me, including Rufio in the rearview mirror. "Are you?" Bryce asks, his voice tight. "No. How far are we from campus?" I ask to change the subject. 10 minutes or so." I drop my eyes to my lap and ignore their scrutinizing stares. When we got on the road, I was tempted to ask Rufio to take me to Rosie. But considering how we parted ways, and the fact that I'm now an idol, I decided against it. How am I going to tell my sister I turned into something she hates? Maybe that's what's troubling me the most. I've lost so much already. I can't bear to lose Rosie's love, too. The 10 minutes feel like an eternity. No one speaks the rest of the way, and when we arrive at Gifted Academy, I don't make eye contact with any of them while I walk to my room. They leave me alone during the trek, but as soon as I stop in front of my door, Phoenix touches my forearm. "Daisy." I jerk away from him. "Don't touch me." He winces as if I'd slapped him, and the glint of hurt in his eyes is almost too much to withstand. "I'm sorry," I say quickly. "I don't want to risk, you know." "You're not going to take my powers away." "You don't know that." With shaking hands, I try to open my door. Impossible. "I don't think you should be alone right now. Why don't you spend the night with us?" Rufio suggests. My heart lurches inside of my chest. I'd give anything right now to be able to find comfort in their arms, but I can't. I shake my head. No, I need to be alone. Finally, I manage to unlock the door and escape into the confines of my room. When the lock clicks shut again, I lean against the wall, feeling guilty as hell. We've all been through a lot, especially Phoenix, but I can't offer them